Hi guys, welcome back to the garage. In the last part I built this workbench. If you didn't see it, go and check it out. I'll see if I can figure out how to put a link up here. So yeah, the workbench is all done. As you see, I'm already starting to pile up loads of things on top of it to clear the floor. You can see the floor behind me is full of stuff. So the idea is the next stage is going to be clearing up all of this this side of the wall, moving these cupboards out of the way and giving the wall paint. Now I've got a slightly different idea for painting the wall this time, because it took a long time to paint this block work, because it's yeah, you have to get in there with the brush, keep dabbing it and keep pushing the paint in, and just hard work. So I've got another idea for there. We'll see how that goes as we go on. Right, okay, so I'm going to go about trying to clear some space, clear these cabinets as best as I can. I might do it in sections, but I'm going to then paint the walls behind there. Right, so during the moving these cupboards out of the way and this clean up, I have come across dozens of these Imperial spanners. Now I've been getting rid of a lot of the tools in the garage as I've been going, clearing some space. But I think I've got a use for these. So yeah, catch up with me later in the video and I'll show you what the plan is. Right, okay, so that is the next section of the wall ready for to be painted. But instead of using the brush and the roller like I did last time, what I've got is a spray gun and a compressor. You might be able to see it in the bottom, down in the corner there. Yeah, I'm going to try and spray the walls, trying to make the job a little bit easier on myself. So there we have it. That is the first coat. Now that was much easier than brushing it in. After I've given it another coat, I'll come back to you and show what the next step is. I did just paint the floor a little bit just to help seal the concrete underneath the floor. The floor will be another job another time. But yeah, so there is going to be this cupboard. Now this cupboard is a fantastic little cupboard. In here, well at the moment it's just shelves, but on all those shelves we've got these little trays. I say little, they're a fairly decent size. So what's going to happen is I've got trays there, I've got trays up there, trays back there. I'm going to sort through them all, put them back in the cupboard, and hopefully that will be all my tools basically all allocated in one place in this side. When that's done, we've got a cupboard here which is then going to sit on top, but that is too big. It's about 5 centimeters too big either way, so that's going to need trimming down to fit on there nice and flush. So yeah, let's get this cupboard moved back over and then get this cupboard cut down to size. Nicely fitting cupboard, fits nice and flush with the side of that one, and yeah, there we go. Right, next is next to this cupboard's down the far end. You can't see it, obviously it's off the outer shot. I'm going to hopefully just empty it out, move it to this spot and fill it back up again. So I'm hoping it's going to be a lot more straightforward. So let's crack on with that. So now this cupboard is next to the green one that we moved earlier on. So what I'm going to do is move the rest of the cupboards from that end of the garage and get the walls painted, get the filing cabinets that are going to live there, placed there, and then I've got a final home for everything. Right, with the cabinets there, now I can work on some shelving units I'm going to build to fill this gap. So there's some shelves all made up to store stuff in. Now I might put some doors across the front of here. In fact, I probably will put some doors on the front of here. But I'm going to see what wood I've got left over when I finish making everything else. Yeah, so on with the next little cupboard. Well, I decided to put one door on anyway. So that is the bottom door. It was one basically perfect size in height wise, just have to trim a little bit off the end there. But yeah, so those bottom shelves are obviously all now in the door. Now I was tempted just to leave this open because I've got the plugs here. I was tempted to use this top little section as just like a charging unit, putting some battery chargers at the side, and yeah, all things charging related in there. And then it's just an open shelf for some random bits and pieces. What would you guys do? Would you close that in, or would you leave it open? Let me know. Right, anyway, next thing, blank bit of wall at the top here. I'm going to fill that with a cupboard. I've got a vertical cupboard here, which I'm going to slice down and mount up on the wall. Now, I don't think I'll show you this one. I think there's probably been enough time lapse in this video. How this one differs is I'm basically going to put a batten, a bit of 3x2 that I got along the top there. And then I'll leave a cutout in the back of this, so when it's rotated onto its side, I can screw down through the top into the batten, hanging it on the wall. So yeah, I'm going to get this one chopped up and hung. So this is the cabinet modified. So just a batten down the back. It's been shaved down in the depth. Door's got to go back on it, but I'll do that when it's hang on the wall. Just going to drill through the batten and screw that then into the wall. So yeah, let's get this hung up. So there we have it, cupboard hung up on the wall. I'm going to change the handle, and I need to get some hinges just to help support the door when it's open. But yeah, there we go. Right, okay, it's on to the next patch of wall. So with the offcut from this cupboard, I've now made some shelves just to fit in to this section of wall. I will put a door on it, but I don't have the materials for that just yet, so we can wait. The last thing to do is these cupboards are going to be sat above these filing cabinets along this wall. So I need to get them emptied out, dumped into the middle of the garage with everything else, and fixed up on the wall. So yeah, I'll come back when I've done that. There we go then. So we've got the cupboards now above the filing cabinets. I have put a door on the upper section of this cupboard. I think it looks much better for it now. I have removed all the trims and things off of these cupboards, because what I'm going to do now is give everything a paint. I haven't got any material for these shelves, so I'm just going to paint the board in just to make it neat enough, and when I do get a bit of wood, I'll make a door for it. But yeah, time to crack the paintbrush out and give it all a bit of a paint. So that's all the cabinets all painted, although I might go over it with some gloss just to give it a bit of resistance. Right, okay, so on to the final step. So what did I do with these spanners? Some of you may have guessed, but I've used them to make cupboard handles. To do that, I just ground down the back of the spanner. I welded on some bolts. I used the bolts to mark the holes in the doors. I just spaced the handles with some nuts. I pushed the handles through the doors and secured it with a nut on the back side. And with them all fitted, I think it's come out pretty well. So yeah, I still need to just trim down the bolts out the back. I'll just make sure that I'm happy with how far they're adjusted out. But yeah, all the spanners are now on. All the big ones up there as well. So I think this video's gone on for probably long enough now, so I'm going to leave it there. I think I'm going to have a haircut and a long overdue trim. But thanks for watching. Join me in the next one.